You know you're gonna love the Psychic Shopping Club.
Peelander Z, the Japanese action comic punk band, was formed by Peelander Yellow, Peelander Blue, and Peelander Red. They claim they are from the Z area of planet Peelander. In 1998, they came into action in New York City. These three dress up in color-coordinated costumes, but they claim those are not costumes. They're just their skin, as if they are in a Japanese animation. Yes, their performance is not just playing music. Have you heard of human bowling, wrestling, and kung fu action, or funny dance at the punk rock shows? Here's Peelander Z at the Beachland Tavern.
Hey, Cleveland! We want to eat Japanese food every day, but we cannot eat around here good Japanese food. That's why we have to choose American food. Say no, like this. We choose S-T-E-A-K, steak. Where should I eat Cleveland steak, please? Tell me after show, okay? So I have a question about S-T-E-A-K steak tonight. Please answer for me. Are you ready? Answer for me. Are you ready? How do you like cook your steak? Medium rare. Don't be shy. How do you like cook your steak? Medium rare. Give me one more time. How do you like cook your steak? Medium rare. Medium rare. Medium rare. I don't care. NTO, I don't know. NTO, I don't care. That's the only way to. 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 Danke! And this is my co-worker, peelander.
If I lived in Cleveland and I had cable and I just happened to be home at 6 p.m., I just might watch the Psychic Shopping Club!
If I lived in Cleveland and I had cable and I just happened to be home at 6 p.m., I just might watch the Psychic Shopping Club! If I lived in Cleveland and I had cable and I just happened to be home at 6 p.m., I just might watch the Psychic Shopping Club!
Acoustic guitarist Khaki King honed her unusual fingerstyle technique playing in New York City subway stations. She does amazing things with that simple 6-string. She slaps the wood, rubs the strings, and hammers her fingers over the frets. In short, she treats her guitar like a percussion instrument, creating a sound that one reviewer describes as somewhere between funk and flamenco. Here's Khaki performing at the Beachland Ballroom.
So before I go any further, I have to say, does anyone like hanging out with short girls with dark hair named Khaki?
They broke up with my old bank for me.
Yeah, we emptied her bank account for her. The Psychic Shopping Club.
I once had a dream that I smoked a cigarette with a very long filter, much like Hunter S. Thompson. But oddly enough, this was before I even knew who Hunter Thompson was. And I had a hat just like Hunter Thompson. And I wore these ridiculous, outrageous sunglasses like Hunter S. Thompson. I had a really bad plaid suit on. I didn't even know who the Hunter Thompson was. And yet, I was him in my dream. I was 6 years old. I was in the first grade. And I remember thinking to myself, God damn, first grade really sucks. I hate first grade. I hope second grade is better. Second grade was not better. Third grade was not better. Fourth was slightly better, but only by a small margin. Fifth grade got good. Sixth grade, I had my first real serious crush on a girl named Heather Graham. She was cute. I have no idea what became of her. I think of her sometimes, but not really all that often anymore. All right, more words from Hunter S. Thompson. The music business is cruel and shallow.
Is that gasoline?
Yes. A long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs. There is also a negative side, Hunter S. Thompson. The business of music is a superficial and cruel trench of money. A long plastic walkway where thieves and pimps run good and free. Men die like they dogs. This is also a negative side, Hunter S. Thompson. The manners of the music are superficial and a cruel trench of money. An avenue, a long time in plastic, where flies and serve of go-between chases. In good men and free men, they dies as the dogs. There is also a negative side, the Hunter S. Thompson. The manners of music are superficial and cruel ditch of money. An avenue, a long time in plastic, where they serve of negotiator pursuits, in good men and free men flies, whom it dies as the dogs. There is also a negative side, the Hunter S. Thompson. The matters of music, I am superficial and cruel.
There's also a negative side, looking like this guy does.
Yes, he is torn in half. A much avenue time in plastic one, where and the serve of careers of negotiation, in good and free men, the Moscow of men that dies like the dogs. There is also a negative side, the Hunter S. Thompson. The question of the music that I am a superficial and cruel ditch of the money, a many avenue in time, in plastic, of goods, and the severe of careers of negotiation, the good and going out men, the Moscow of men that dies as if the dogs. There is also a negative side, the Hunter S. Thompson. The question of the song that myself am a superficial cruel ditch of the money, a many time of the avenue in him, plasterer of merchandise, and the severe of careers of negotiation, the good one, and the leaving man to Moscow of man, that dies like itself the dogs. There is also a negative side, the Hunter S. Thompson. Questions, songs, which directly are superficial, severe money. It is a lot of times an avenue. Means in it him, the goods and serve good, and the man to Moscow man, which dies similarly to itself of a dog. There is also a negative party side, Hunter S. Thompson.
Brother Mike is like a Woody Allen movie. If you don't get it, you're just not cool. Let's go shopping with Brother Mike.
Can we say a little brief message? Bound to just scope out the collateral. Call and collect. Needful things like keeping your dresser clean, organized. Looking for some collectibles. Let's search and don't seek or expect or accept. The brain kit here pertains to very functional neurons and carry messages through the membrane. There's a membrane here in the membrane. The brain is very functional. It can have a lot of research and talent. People can embrace themselves and they can forward and thrust into thinking of what they become or they will be becoming and what they can be by using your brain. Okay. Over here is a library of people who are devoted just to simply want to read and get some info. What a day. Taking a look at antiques here. Antiques mean a lot to people. Antiques are special. People look and want. I'm gonna purchase this cassette. How much want for this little cassette right here?
This starts for 25 cents.
Okay. It's Janet Jackson, one of her famous songs.
Have a good day now. You too.
I like to say, if you don't know a cat's ass from a rat's ass, watch where you put your chips.
The Whiskey Daredevils have announced they are ready to leave their relative comfort of Leo's basement and bring their American rock and roll without a net to a grimy rock club stage near you. Members of this new musical fiasco include Greg, Ken, and Leo from the Cowslingers, and Bobby Lanphier from Crooked Mile, and Dave Bowling from Hey Shaker Jones. The Whiskey Daredevils' no-frills American rock and roll features all new original material and a few choice obscure cover songs. Elements of garage rock, roots rock, and deadened Americana dominate the sound. Here's the Whiskey Daredevils at the Beachland Tavern.
We're going to the devil. This is a song about small-time tornadoes in the New Mexico desert. Maybe it's just me. I love a woman who throws her bag away. You know she's getting serious now. I love that. I love that. Are you ready? You gotta shake it. You gotta shake it for the boys. All right. You can smell the cactus. Smell the cactus. The thunder of clouds and weakness in the 10 years. I promise that means to kiss you goodbye. With you, darling, I swear, until I die. Until I die. Until I die. The scorpions dance to the music that plays in my head. I'm sure by now she must be buried or dead. My girl's from the past and the heat of the noon. Wait for the end of the ground. May it come soon. Oh, may it come soon. Oh, may it come soon. Now you're alone, you'll chase up the cloud. I swear we said I was your best. Never will lie. sure by now she must be buried or dead. I push my past in the heat of the room. I wait for the end of ground. May it come soon. Oh, may it come soon. Oh, may it come soon. Gather alone with no truth of the crowd. I still the sun, I watch it dust. Go wild. Gather alone with no truth of the crowd. Still the sun, I watch it dust. Go wild.
Ballroom, and I heard the whiskey daredevils. What are you talking about? Actually, it's not the ballroom, it's the tavern. But the tavern is the best.
Well, you're done now, so get lost.
I love the tavern.
All right, say it again.
Is it a coincidence?
How to find out if your psychic is a phony. 19. Keep shaking black crystal ball, then sing ask again later. 18. Tells you you're going to die, but doesn't exactly know when or how. 17. Every time you draw the death card, she yells, "Go fish." 16. Looks suspiciously like that guy who fixed your muffler last week. 15. Brunswick insignia on crystal ball. 14. His idea of an out-of-body experience involves whipped cream in women's clothing. 13. Instead of a Ouija board, he has a wedgie board. 12. During seance, shouts the voice of Wolfman Jack, "Billy Vanilli, we'll be back." 11. His spoon bending requires 2 pliers. 10. Sign in window, as seen on 60 Minutes. 9. During card reading, asks if you want to hit or stand. 8. Insists that your astrological sign is the armadillo. 7. Psychic magazines rates her below fortune cookies, just above your mom. 6. Repeatedly attempts to read your palm with his genitalia. 5. Shakes her crystal ball, then predicts a large snowstorm. 4. Easily fooled by can of snakes gag. 3. Sonics in 4. 2. Etherical aroma of the kindred spirit effect during seance only occurs after a chili dog lunch. And the number 1 sign your psychic is a phony, in his best Mr. T voice, I predict pain.
I wanted to read a little bit from a letter from Camelia Meja. He was just released for being a conscientious objector. He was deployed to Iraq in April 2003, and when he returned home for a 2-week leave in October that year, it gave him an opportunity to put his thoughts together. And it took him to all the horrors and the firefights and the ambushes and all the killing and destruction. And in his conscience, he could not go back. And he said, by putting my weapon down, I chose to reassert myself as a human being. I have not deserted the military or been disloyal to the men or women of the military, and I haven't been disloyal to a country. I've only been loyal to my principles. And when I turned myself in with all my fears and doubts, I did it not only for myself, I did it for the people of Iraq. Even those who fired upon me, they were just on the other side of the battleground where war itself was the only enemy. I did it for the Iraqi children who are victims of mines and depleted uranium. I did it for the thousands of unknown civilians killed in war. My time in prison is a small price compared to the price of Iraqis and Americans who have paid with their lives. Mine is a small price compared to the price humanity has paid for war. I think that's a very powerful statement. And he went on to say, one of the reasons I did not refuse the war from the beginning was that I was afraid of losing my freedom. Today, as I sit behind bars, I realize there are many types of freedom, and that in spite of my confinement, I remain free in many important ways. What good is freedom if we're afraid to follow our conscience? What good is freedom if we're not able to live with our own actions? I'm confined to a prison, but I feel today more than ever connected to all of humanity. Behind these bars, I sit a free man because I listen to a higher power, the voice of my conscience. And while he was in segregation, he came across a poem that was written by a man who refused and resisted the government of Nazi Germany. And for doing this, this man was executed. His name is Barret. He wrote this poem as he waited execution. Folks, can we quiet it down just a little? Guilt. The burden of my guilt before the law weighs light upon my shoulders. To plot and to conspire was my duty to the people. I would have been a criminal had I not. I am guilty, though, not the way you think. I should have done my duty sooner. I was wrong. I should have called evil more clearly by its name. I hesitated to condemn it for far too long. I now accuse myself within my heart. I've betrayed my conscience for far too long, and I've deceived myself and my fellow man. I knew the course of evil from the start. My warning was not loud or clear enough. Today I know what I was guilty of.
Did I mention that we have a website? Click your RUL onto www.psychicshoppers.com.
www.psychicshoppers.com.
Psychicshoppers.com. Psychicshoppers.com. Psychicshoppers.com.
www.psychicshoppers.com.
As you see it flashing across my boobs right here.